Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Cashumi, who is a painter and video artist, will now explain what she understands by Thelemic art. Of course, this is subjective and by no means complete, but she is going to give it a try. Cashumi, please.
Thank you for the introduction, Aleister. So what is Thelemic art? Let us at first talk about the fundamental difference between conventional art and Thelemic art. Most importantly, Thelemic artists believe that the magical world is as real as the material world. This is a great advantage over the conventional artist. When a conventional artist paints what he sees, he is always asked why he didn't take a photograph. Since Thelemites paint what cannot be seen, they do evocations. That is, they try to visualize these things on their canvas or paper or whatever. This sometimes requires a unique approach to each work of art. One day I decided to paint the Indian goddess Kali. There are of course thousands and thousands of paintings and statues of Kali, mostly all in the same Indian style. I didn't want to add another similar piece of art. So I decided to write her mantra in Sanskrit on the canvas until I could recognize her. So Thelemic art is a unique act of creation. So far on the fundamental differences between Thelemic art and conventional art. Let us now come to the philosophical background and the topics of Thelemic art. Within the Thelemic philosophy, the writings of Aleister Crowley play an important role. In addition to these writings, Thelemic art draws heavily on the ancient scriptures of various cultures such as Hinduism, Buddhism and Tantrism, yoga, the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, and its associated tarot cards. Therefore, a Thelemic artist can draw from an inexhaustible reservoir of subjects. Sacred geometry, another topic of Thelemic art, is related to numerology and the belief in a specific geometric plan behind the universe. An example is the flower of life, whose starting point is formed by two intersecting circles. When other circles of the same size are added, the result is a structure of perfect proportions. So far about the philosophical background and the topics of Thelemic art. Let us finally turn attention to the use of symbols and symbolic expressions in Thelemic art. A good example is Crowley's Gnostic Mass, which is full of symbolic expressions. I couldn't paint it all, but the triangle symbolizes the descent of light into darkness, but also IAO. The 3 steps symbolize the crossing of the abyss. The colors also have a symbolic meaning. The Lady is painted in blue, the color of the moon, and the Lord in red, the color of the sun. According to the Kabbalah, each theme can be described by a number and vice versa. Furthermore, each Hebrew letter has a specific meaning. Aleph means ox, Beth means house, and so on. Thelemic art therefore often uses these symbols. In this painting you can see a camel. This is also meant to symbolize the crossing of the abyss, like the 3 steps in the Gnostic Mass. The Hebrew letter Gimel means camel, and has a gematria value of 3, so I drew a camel to represent the letter Gimel, or the number 3. So far on Thelemic art, what is the main difference between Thelemic art and conventional art, the topics of Thelemic art, and the use of symbols and symbolic expressions? I hope I have made a small contribution to the definition of Thelemic art. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Cashumi, for your lecture on Thelemic art. I hope it will also inspire others to share their own views on Thelemic art. Love is the law, love under will.